Guys, welcome back to the channel. uh, so again, this is the part of our series where we discuss what happened during the trading hours and where we expect the market to go next. And as a disclaimer, nothing we talk about on this channel is financial advice. I don't advise you to buy, sell anything. This is just for educational purposes only. Now with that out of the way, let's jump into the charts. We'll start with the first SPY, and SPY closed as a nice inverted hammer here. This is a very nice candle on SPY. The reason is, if you see here, just gonna show you here. We had a similar lift off, a nice sell off, and this an inverted hammer, which led to the market going back up. Right, that's what I see and that's what I expect. Right, a similar move here. Right, so this here and this here. Alright, let's jump to the 15 minutes chart and I'll show you what I see. We see this nice channel here, and I'll show you why this is important. Give me 1 second. See, so this setup is not something that I would personally trade. It's way too choppy, right? See, even if you get puts after confirmation, there is a fake out that hits stop loss, stop loss, stop loss, stop loss. This is a waste of time. And if you have been following me on Twitter, I said that there will be some sort of breather in the market, a sideways direction, a little chopping and selling. Nothing serious though, right? It's not even down about. It's about down about 2% from its peak. Yep, 2.2%. So nothing big here. Personally, I don't trade such setups. The reason, like I said, you keep getting stopped out. This is a setup that yes, you can make money on. This is something that is very choppy, and this here is acting like a bull flag. If you see, right, a nice flag here. Once it breaks out here, you'll start seeing momentum similar to the one I shared, right? So this is SPY, right? We have some data coming out tomorrow. Let me just check the timing. It's usually 8:30. I'll tell you what data it is. The data should not have much impact on this market, like even today's data, right? SPY is flat, just a bit sell off in the tech, so nothing big. Tomorrow we have the unemployment rate coming out and the payroll numbers. That is something to keep an eye on. Nevertheless, I do think this sideways choppy movement is coming to an end, and we should start seeing a reversal in momentum here very shortly. Either tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, then Monday for sure. We should start seeing some upwards movement here. I don't believe all this short nonsense, right? Market is just trying to shake out short-term calls and getting people bearish here. That's what I see. As always, if I'm wrong, I'll accept I'm wrong, and then we have no ego in this markets. Now, a few people requested SPX, so I'll show that as well. SPY is basically the ETF for S&P 500. SPX is the index. Same thing here. Right, inverted hammer. See, this is a very nice zone that the markets are trading in. I think people are underestimating this particular zone. I think we can see a very nice bounce of this zone. Market is trying. There's also a lot of nonsense that market will go up here and create a head and shoulder, like this right shoulder pattern. We'll have to see what happens, but I think market is ready to reverse here. All right. one more thing I did want to talk about SPY. Yesterday I mentioned that we can see maybe a dollar drop more, just to get everyone bearish. That's what we saw, right? SPY moved down $1.50 from yesterday's close. That was likely the trap. If the data is good, expect a gap up and run. Right. So this was SPY. Now let's jump to QQQ. This is the tech ETF. I'm gonna go on the daily chart. A gravestone doji. Again, a doji is a sign of reversal, right? Um, a gravestone doji is what we have on this daily chart. Again, if the data is good, expect a swift reversal here. One more thing I do want to mention is market, when it creates a move, it works similarly to the upside and to the downside. What do I mean by that? Look at this, how this move was, right? Look at the angle of the reversal, right? Similarly here, look at this move. Again, the angle of reversal, right? Same thing here. This move, the angle of reversal. So what you need to understand that the way this market moved, if and when the reversal comes, it will be equally fast, right? So be very careful here. If the data is good, market will not give a chance to bears or bulls. So be careful with that. That being said, the tech has now approached its support zone. I'm gonna show it to you here. Sorry, on the daily chart. This was the previous area of resistance, right? We have now reached this support zone, and we got a nice reversal candle here. We'll see how tomorrow plays out, but be extremely careful in this market, the way it's moving, right? I'm hearing people talking about crash, but the sentiment is very bearish, so be careful on the short side. All right, gonna jump into Apple here. Apparently everyone is starting to hate this stock, but a few things I want to show you here. I'm not a moving average fan, but this is starting to look good here. I'll show you why. See, whenever this is the 200-day simple moving average, right? Whenever Apple comes into a run, it always does multiple retests of this particular moving average. See, this was the initial run, right? A retest, a run here. Then there was way too much divergence in this. That's why we got a fall here, which was to 165-ish. Then we got a run here, a divergence, and then a pullback to the 200-day moving average. Now, this was 2020. See, a run, pullback, run, pullback, run, came near the 200-day moving average, and a run again. So a retest of a 200-day moving average is nothing to be afraid of here. Usually a sign of strength. Now everyone is panicking on Apple. The sentiment is way too bearish, right? And whenever everyone is talking about one thing, it's usually the opposite of what happens, right? We got a nice doji here. We got a doji yesterday. We got a doji here again, right? Apple had multiple gap downs now, right? So be careful here. I do think Apple makes a very swift reversal very soon, right? Again, I'll show you this. See the angle of the movement and then the angle of the reversal, right? See, again, the angle of the movement, the angle of the reversal. Similarly, this is the angle of the movement. We may see something like this, a straight V-shaped move. So be careful here, right? I just wanted to show you one more thing here for the RSI fans. Apple's RSI is now under 30, the daily RSI, right? So that is something to keep an eye on. Apple usually bounces about $20 to $25 when once it hits these oversold spots. So something else to be worried about if you are a bear, right? And we have one more thing that I wanted to share on Apple. I'm going to use this. We have a nice inverse head and shoulders, right? The measured move of such a pattern, right, is something along the lines like this. Sorry, there we go. Okay. Roughly here. I'm not saying it will happen within a week, within 2 weeks, right? This is a daily chart. It takes time to play out, but something to keep an eye on. This pattern no one is talking about, so be very careful here. Apple is known to flush out weekends before it starts its actual move. Considering we have a double doji here, a doji here, a doji here, we'll soon start to see this reversal. And once Apple picks steam, I think the entire market is gonna go up again, right? So keep an eye on this. And there's one more stock I wanted to talk about. So I also posted about this in the 10 stocks that are ready for a breakout video. Again, people are, this is the chart that I shared. This is the weekly chart, right? I said that once Apple breaks out here, right, the pattern is still intact. The problem is when people take a trade on the weekly chart, they for some reason still look at 5 minutes and 15 minutes chart and get confused. If you take a trade based on a weekly chart, stick to it, because that's how it will play out. It will take time, right? A move on a daily chart does not and a weekly chart does not play out within 1 minute, 2 minutes, within 1 hour, 2 hours. It takes time. Patterns are formed, then market flushes out weak hands and then starts moving up, right? So once it does, you'll see a nice reversal. E-commerce is starting to pick back up. We saw that with the recent Black Friday sales and the Christmas sales, right? So that's something to keep an eye on as well. Just gonna share the small cap ETF IWM as well, and then we'll be discussing what my positions are, right? How I am playing this market. Okay, take a look here. This is some serious consolidation for about, that's from June of 2022, sorry, April of 2022, and we are approaching almost a 2-year mark here. This is some serious consolidation. So watch out for this particular area to break, right? This is the weekly chart. There is no one-day movement I have on this, because small cap moves very differently with in accordance with the SPY and the tech. Anyway, so this is the channel, right? Look for it to recapture the 199 200 level again, right? That's what I see. Once we have that, I think these small caps have a nice year if they're able to recapture that 199 200 area. That's the key, and I think they will. The way the markets are, right? Everyone is still praying for a crash. I don't see that happening. Alright, so that brings us to the end of our video. Now, how am I playing this market? So, it's only been 3 days since this year, right? People are too nervous, people are too panicking. I myself, I'm not scalping this at all. It's been 3 days, I'm just establishing my long positions, right? And in various stocks, right? I'm just gonna establish some swings, I'm just gonna wait for it to play out. There is no point in scalping this, right? November, December, they were a nice time. Basically, see, what happens is when the market comes into a trend, right? Most of the traders, they're too busy scalping, they miss out on the big gains, right? When you are analyzing that the markets may have a nice big upswing, you want to capture the entire move. So that's how I am playing it, right? I'm just waiting for the markets to come back into full momentum mode, and I'm personally not doing much of anything any here, just adding to my swings basically, that's all. And it's been 3 days since the year started. There's nothing to worry about, there's a lot of time, right? Don't FOMO into anything here, especially with all this nonsense going out, right? One more thing. So this is the weekly chart of SPY. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So 10 weeks, right? Out of 10 weeks, 9 weeks were straight green without any break. This is the first red week in the past 10 weeks, right? And I said this on Twitter as well. I mentioned it many times. One red weekly candle, and everyone will start coming back and calling it a crash. But this pullback is necessary. It's healthy, right? There's nothing wrong with a small pullback here. We'll see if this is a long term pullback, or an actual pullback, or it's just a fake out to the downside. We'll see how that plays out. My opinion is that nothing serious comes yet, right? As I've been saying, I think the market goes back up very fast, and once we hit that 485 spot on charts, that's when we see some profit taking happening. One thing I do want to talk about, I'm not gonna make a video 2 minutes longer, but there's something that needs to be said. A lot of people tell me they want to be a full-time trader, right? Like I am a full-time trader. You need to understand there is no such thing as a weekly paycheck in this market, right? That doesn't mean you lose money, that doesn't mean you get paid every day. What happens is market will give you the money. When it pays you, it will pay you in bulk, and it's your responsibility to keep that money safe, right? It may pay you 4,000, 5,000 at once, and that's it for the whole month, right? You don't get paid anything else. You establish a position the first 3 weeks, you get paid the fourth week. Market pays you at once. There is no such thing as a weekly paycheck in this market. If you want to be a trader full time, understand this. You'll be much more at peace, right? Those those who are thinking that I can take daily money out of this market, never happens, never will happen, right? Don't trust those nonsense on Twitter, right? There's no such thing as a daily income in this market, right? It pays you very well, right? It may pay you $10,000, but it may pay you once a month, right? The key is the key is to understand, right? There's the emotional balance that needs to come in if you want to be a trader, right? Some people get frustrated, oh, market isn't doing anything, or market is doing this, that for the past 3 days, right? I'm done with this. That's not how it is, right? 3 days and you're already emotionally exhausted, then you're not made for this. There's nothing wrong with it. But if you want to be a trader, you have to learn to control your emotions, right? And understand what I've said, right? I'm giving you the true picture, right? I won't share with you something that is imaginary. This is the true picture. Market pays you at once, right? It may pay you twice, but you can't accept that it's Friday and where's my salary in this market. That's never going to happen. That is why My focus is on risk management. If market paid you $5,000, your goal should be to protect that money and to grow that money, and don't be like, okay, I'll blow this on the next trade, I'll get more money. It doesn't work that way, right? You'll end up losing all your capital. Just don't play that YOLO game. Be patient, be emotionally balanced, right? Don't over leverage. That's the key. My overall size in this market right now is about 22% of the portfolio in a group in the challenge account that we have, right? That's all my exposure is in that challenge account, right? So again, the key is don't over leverage, don't lose your gains, and the market pays well. I don't deny that. It's just that don't come with a hope that you'll be paid every Friday because it's payday. All right. That being said, I didn't want to demotivate anyone, right? Market is a good thing, right? Gives you freedom, but something to keep in mind before you start to proceed with being a trader for a career. Yeah. All right, guys. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching it. I'll see you tomorrow.